What it do, YouTube? This your girl, Debbie Daughter 7. Coming direct from my kitchen, as you can hear, because there's water running. You're going to have to excuse the water because I'm defrosting fish for dinner. Because y'all know that's what I do in between me being a mom and a nurse and stuff. Okay. So, y'all know I'm in the kitchen and out the box, right? All right. So, beautiful. I'm telling you. I was just going to do this video when the phone rang. And it was my best friend. And I just started the video and I cut it off. So, now we're going to talk about some things. Okay, first of all you lesbians who are watching me, yes, I, post spiritual videos as well. My videos are about being spiritual. Why be spiritual? I'm getting to the point where I can see the benefit of being spiritual. Have you ever been around a Christian and you can't see the difference between the atheist and the Christian other than they love God? I mean, they used to have this thing in church called lip service, and it's when you act in the part, but you're not really the part. Well, the whole point of being spiritual is not about, per se, your relationship with God. It is about a personal relationship with God, but it's also about a personal relationship with yourself because you're a spiritual being in this body and God put you here. Right? Okay. So you go on a certain spiritual path to enlightenment. The Buddha started on this path because he saw suffering. And he wanted to know, why is it that people suffer? And why do people have to suffer? And the reality is suffering is all in the mind. But, I'm not going to sit here in front like I'm Buddha, okay? When you feel pain, mental pain, it feels real. It feels like, somebody punched you in the face sometimes. When your heart is broken, it feels like it's literally about to rip out your chest. I'm not belittling anybody's experiences as being dismissive towards them. But one thing that I have noticed over the years of studying and contemplating and talking and praying and meditating and laughing and loving and experiencing is I have saw my level of suffering decrease. And I'm talking about 365 days a year. As the older I get, the more I grow, the less I suffer. And it's because I don't run from it. So I have realized that I have been through some very traumatizing experiences. It's too many to name, but maybe somebody needs to write a book. And I'm talking about black people shit. Excuse me, white people. Black people shit. I'm talking about dysfunctional, abusive relationships, single parent homes with step parent who's verbally and physically abusive, and just not getting the nurturing that I deserve growing up in the ghetto, seeing people get killed and, just getting molested and woohoo, just you name it. I've been through it, but I've never ran from the bad things. I've never ran from the things that hurt. People don't like to feel pain. It's one thing about human beings. We don't like to feel mental pain. We don't like doing anything that causes us distress. You see people when they go through something and they say, I don't want to talk about it because they don't want to bring up those things that hurt. Well, one thing, I take spiritual applications and apply them to everyday life, which makes me different from any guru that I have ever seen. I live in the real world. 2012, Chicago, borderline the ghetto, urban, very urban. So one thing I have realized in this spiritual journey is you cannot run from suffering. Running from suffering only makes the suffering worse. And if you don't learn from a mistake, you're bound to repeat it. For somebody who's in an abusive relationship and does not understand nor take time to heal themselves from that abusive relationship, the next relationship they're going to get in is going to be abusive. The same thing. Add whatever, pick your poison and place it in that box. Dysfunctional. Bam. Violent. Bam. If you don't learn from it, being with somebody who don't want to commit to you. Bam. If you don't understand what are you running from, what are you suffering about, then you'll never get past those cycles that you keep repeating. Generational curses. Shoot. Black people, excuse me, white people. Black people will have a characteristic in the collective consciousness of their family and pass it down from generation to generation to generation. All of them will do this negative thing over and over and over and over and over because everybody's running. Everybody's running. Everybody's running and everybody's reacting. Nobody pays attention. Nobody stops. Okay, so I am going to break down some characteristics of running from suffering. And if you are doing these things, you are going to find yourself, especially when it comes to spiritual advancement, you're going to find yourself stagnant. I'm sorry. If the microphone, I was adjusting it. I'm sorry. I really need to cut that water off, huh? Yeah, it's getting on my nerves. I'm going to cut it off. Hold on. Yeah, that's getting on my nerves. Okay. All right. I'm back. All right. So, these are just 4, but I'm pretty sure that there are more, but these are the ones that I wrote down just for this video, so y'all know I can talk. Okay. You have to stare the truth in the face and accept it for what it is, even if it's about you. This is the first. This is one of the keys to not suffering so much. Acknowledgement of the truth. For whatever reason, you went through a traumatic experience and it caused you to be a bitch. Okay, you're a single mother. Your baby father left, right? And now you're doing it all on your own. And now you're hard, because this happens to a lot of black women. You get hardened towards life. You get hardened towards your relationship, towards your significant other. You get aggressive. You get assertive. And now there's somebody that's trying to help you, but you so busy used to controlling and doing what you want to do that you don't even know how to stop and actually receive help and love. So you have a good man that you running away. Now, this has happened to me by me being a single black mother, at that time. And instead of you looking at this truth, yes, this is how I am, you get defensive. This is the first defense. Oh my goodness. Now, how many people defense? Well, I gotta be strong because my kids need me and ain't nobody but me. So, and instead of acknowledging the truth, yes, this is how I am. Bam. Period. Point blank. It's like everything has an answer. Everything has a reason. Everything is I'm defending myself. I don't because I'm looking at you when you tell me the truth or you present me the truth, you're attacking me, aka my ego. You're attacking my ego. You're making me feel displeasure. I don't want to feel displeasure. So I'm going to lash back out at you and I'm going to defend myself. First of all, nobody's perfect. Everybody has flaws. Second of all, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand the point of the defensiveness. Now, all of these, because I know people that do all of these. These go flexion hand in hand. Deflection. Have you ever been in a disagreement with somebody and you're right? And instead of them admitting you're right, they want to throw in your face something you did 2 weeks ago? Why are you bringing up old stuff? Deflection. Or they want to change the subject. Boop. Boop. Or they want to come back and you ask them a question. They want to come back and ask you a question. It's like, you know, I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. Deflection. And I do this whenever I say deflection. Because whenever my wife does it, I'll be like, deflection. So these are defense mechanisms. Now, the human ego has developed these defense mechanisms so it won't be damaged. It took your ego a long time to build it up to where it is. And you don't want nobody coming through tearing your ego down, making you feel less than a person, making you feel displeasure. So you're going to give them what they give you. They come at you critical. Instead of you accepting it as this is what you do, you're going to criticize them. Well, look at your hair. Well, bitch, look at your shoes. Deflection and avoidance and defensiveness go hand in hand. Avoidance. Avoidance is changing the subject. I just don't want to talk about it. I don't even see it. We're going to pretend like it's not there. We're not going to talk about the problem. We're going to get off the phone. I'll call you later. You know why you're avoiding it? Because you don't want to do anything that's going to cause you pain. Because pain hurts, and who the freak wants to hurt all the time? Denial. Lord Jesus. I'm talking about the older generation, the black generation. I'm 35. Them folks are 40 and up, 45 and up. Ooh, they can be in some denial, baby. They pretend like it's not even there to the point where they have thoroughly convinced themselves that you are crazy, that what you are talking about does not even exist. I can't even deal with people in denial. I can't deal with denial. Because if you can just completely push away truth, like for instance, I'll give you, okay, me being, you know, an advocate of spiritualism over organized religion, I can make a point to somebody. They know I'm right. They know I'm right. And they won't even entertain the notion that I might be right. They automatically go into denial. Well, I love Lord. He heard my cry. That's good enough for me. And the Bible might not be fly, but you know what? I'm saved anyway, so I ain't worried about it. It's like, did you even hear me? I have a problem with organized religion because I think it promotes denial. It doesn't promote free thought or pondering or what if, or, you know, it's like you put all these preconceived notions in a box and bam. This is what you do to reach salvation. This is how you get it. This, that, nothing else. You can't go any other way. Don't even think about looking any other way. It forms the blinders of, I don't even see what's over here. You're denying what's over there. You see it. You can't help but see it. Human beings are naturally curious. We're just nosy. But then you want to stay in denial, you know. Which, you know, that's a double-edged sword because ain't nothing wrong with that, baby. Because, to tell you something, to be spiritual, you're setting your own rules and what's right for you, and sometimes you're going to make mistakes looking, oh, what's that over there? And walking, get mauled by a bear. So it ain't nothing wrong For all my Christians, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't knock it at all. Staying on this path. This is my path that was set before me by God in the Bible, and that's what I'm doing. Because hey, you can't go wrong like that. You know, sometimes with other stuff, you figuring it out, you fall down a lot. Um, Basically, my point of the video is honesty about self situations, about what cause self situations is one of the best ways of freeing yourself from suffering. Instead of denying the pain, process the pain and heal from the pain. And yeah. All right, you guys. Leave me some comments. I love you guys. Take care.